Today's show is brought to you by our sponsors at Skillshare. Hello everyone, it's Toni. Now, a few of you have asked if I could show how to set up a wedding or different events. Now, since I just did an event, I want to go through the process and steps that I do to create things and set up the table, particularly the table for an event. But before we start that, I want to take a minute to tell you about our sponsor, Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community where millions come together to take the next step in their creative journey. With thousands of inspiring classes for creative and curious people on topics like illustration, design, photography, video, freelancing, and much more. I've been a professional artist for many years. I have a bachelor's degree in fine arts and design and even a master's in computer art. But let's face it, technology is changing every day. There's constantly new skills and techniques that frankly have been very helpful to my businesses. That's where Skillshare comes in. It has classes that fit your schedule. I've already taken a great course called Animation for Illustration by Abby Lawson and DIY Cinematography by Ryan Booth. I'm now taking a 3D animation course on Blender and Writing Authentic Fiction, How to Build a Believable Character by Sabah Tahir. With today's new client, let's face it, a lot of us may be telecommuting or working from home or looking for new work solutions. Skillshare also has great freelance and entrepreneurship courses to help you in planning for your own success. It's also incredibly affordable. A premium membership for Skillshare is less than $10 a month. And right now, the first 500 subscribers that click on the link in the description below will get 2 months free trial premium membership so you can go and explore your own creativity. So I would like to personally thank our sponsors at Skillshare for offering so much affordable knowledge. Now, let's go get started. Every year for the past 13 years now, I've been volunteering my time to help out at the Chefs of the World Taste of Fame. This is a benefit event to help raise money for the culinary departments of HBCUs. Guests will enjoy a 5-course meal from great chefs from all over the world. I design and dress tables for Chef Averill Thomas of Fat Creole Tomato from New Orleans. I usually start by asking the chef if he has a color scheme or a theme that he'd like to work with. A few years ago, we had an old Hollywood theme, so I dressed the table with silver antique charger plates, silver with pearl napkin rings, black boas, and the centerpiece I made was dripping with pearls. Since I'm volunteering my time, all these pieces I made, and I'll leave links in the description for these projects. If I'm doing 1 or 2 tables, I'll pick up fresh flowers from the DeKalb Farmers Market. But if I need a lot of flowers, I'll go to a wholesale flower place. There's one called Cut Flowers in Atlanta that I use. This year we have 2 tables with an elegant theme, and I happen to have 2 elegant pieces that I already made that'll make perfect centerpieces. To make these pieces, I use silver looking glass spray paint with vinegar and water to give some smoky Dollar Tree bowls and glasses a silver mercury glass effect. I also use that silver paint on sea glass so that I could use as decoration. I used Gorilla Clear Grit glue to bind the pieces together to create the shape that I wanted. I used the silver stones, diamond wrap, and acrylic crystals to make what looks like beautiful jewelry around the piece. There's a more detailed video of this project on my channel, and I'll leave the link below. Instead of fresh flowers this year, I'm using my coffee filter roses to top the centerpieces. To make these, instead of a large styrofoam ball, I glued 2 styrofoam bowls together, and I also glued a small half of plastic cup at the bottom. The styrofoam bowls is to help push the flower stems in, and the bottom of the cup will help the bouquet fit well into the vase. So I have a pretty easy method for making coffee filter roses. There's also a link for this project below. But basically, after making the paper rose, I hot glue it to the styrofoam ball. Then I took some silk leaves from flowers that I had already to hot glue in between some of the roses. This is pretty time consuming, so if you like, you could just take the Dollar Tree roses and make a floral ball. But I'm only doing 2 tables, so I like to do my coffee filter flowers because I could create just the type of flower I like and create custom colors. I use watercolors to paint just a little touch of color on the inside of the roses. I'm doing 1 table with natural green. For the other display, I want to match this beautiful rose gold charger plate that I found at Dollar Tree. So I mixed a little red and yellow watercolor paint with very diluted water, and I'm painting a light blush red color just on the inside petals of the flower. And there, I think that'll go well with that charger. And on a table with the green bouquets, I'll have silver chargers. Sometimes for the event, I'll do fancy folded napkins. The chef likes to use this particular fold, which is called the fleur de lis. It's a New Orleans style napkin fold. I'll also leave a link with instructions on this fold. But for this event, I'll be making napkin rings to match the centerpiece. To make my napkin rings, I'm starting out with Dollar Tree shower curtain rings as a base. You want to make sure you snap all the rings closed before you start. And I'm hot gluing 2 rows of diamond wrap around each ring. I'm using silver to go on the rose gold charger plates and green diamond wrap to go on the silver charger plates. To make these match the centerpiece, I'm making what looks like a bracelet by putting a silver stone right in the center and 2 clear acrylic beads on each side of the stone. Here's the silver, and here's the green. Nice and elegant. Now for dressing the table and chairs. If you're doing a large event, there are a lot of places in your area. You could go online to rent table covers and chairs and centerpieces and everything you need for your event. And I have done that for a few events, but this time I decided to go on Amazon, since I only have 2 tables to decorate, to buy basic chair covers and tablecloths so that I could use for the following years. I bought a 20-pack of white seat covers for $47, a pack of 25 silver satin chair sashes for $28, 2 120-inch round silver tablecloths for $18 each, and 1 10-pack of sheer sashes for $12. I thought I used these to decorate the table. I thought that the cost for buying these is not much more than renting them, so if you are going to use them again, it might be better to buy them. The tables already came with white tablecloths. The chairs needed to be covered, so I covered all the chairs with my white spandex chair covers. The long silver tablecloth went underneath, and I used the sheer sashes to make a crisscross pattern over the table. I also used sheer green ribbon to accent the green in the flowers. I tied the silver gray sashes on the back of the chair. The centerpieces went down on top of a couple of loops I made in the sheer fabric, and the tables were set with the elegant napkin rings and chargers. To add a little more elegance, I added a few crystal and silver candle holders that I made to each table. I'll have all of these projects in a playlist in the link below. But the guests came in and everything turned out really great. Chef Thomas's food was fabulous as always. And everyone had a great time raising money for a great cause. Now, Now, since I did this event, we did this event last week, and a lot of information has come up about the coronavirus. Every day we're getting new information, and now they're recommending that you don't have more than 250 people at an event. By now, it may have changed, and I know we like to have a good distance between one another. At the event, we also passed out pocket hand sanitizers and talked about the safeties and precautions, keeping your hands clean. We're not shaking hands anymore. Most people are doing the elbow bump. I personally like to do a respectful bow to my family and friends. So, everyone, I'd like for you to be safe and make sure you keep your hands away from your face, keep your hands clean, and blessings to all of you. Be safe. Thanks again to our sponsors at Skillshare. Be sure and click on the link below to get your free trial membership. Like, subscribe, and follow me at Your House of Home and Your House of Home TV for home, food, and gardening tips on all social media.